Have you ever wondered why Kemi Badenoch did not respond to Abike Dabiri, chairman of the Nigerian Diaspora Commission? Now, several weeks ago, the internet was flooded with information and articles about Kemi snubbing Abike Dabiri. Do you think that's the case? Did Kemi Badenoch despise her route? In this video, we are going to answer all these questions and much more. Before we proceed, who is Kemi? Kemi Badenoch is a prominent British politician, a member of the Conservative Party, and an influential figure in UK politics. She served as the Secretary of State for Business and Trade and also served as the Minister for Women and Equalities. She was born January 1980 in Wimbledon, London, to Nigerian parents. MP for Saffron Walden, she has represented the constituency since 2017, becoming the first woman and the first Black MP to do so. She spent parts of her childhood in Nigeria and the US before returning to the UK at age 16. In November 2024, she was elected as the leader of the Conservatives Party. Let us revisit the question we asked at the beginning of this video. Did Kemi snub Abike Dabiri? To answer this question, let us look at the structure of the Nigerian government past and present. One thing to note is that the Nigerian government is heavily tainted with corruption. There is no shortage of corruption cases in Nigeria. Let's have a look at some of them. Please, I kindly urge you to stay tuned as we go through these cases of corruption because this will provide a full picture of why Badenoch did what she did. 1. James Ibori, former governor of Delta State between 1999 to 2007, Ibori embezzled $77 million from state funds. Arrested in the UK in 2012, he pleaded guilty to charges of fraud and money laundering and was sentenced to 13 years in prison. 2. Diezani Alison Madueke, Nigeria's former Minister of Petroleum Resources between 2010 to 2015, was accused of stealing billions through oil contracts and kickbacks. Over $153 million was allegedly siphoned off during her tenure. Several luxury assets, including properties and jewelry worth millions, have been seized. 3. Oil scandal, OPL 245. A deal struck in 2011 under President Goodluck Jonathan's administration involved the sale of the lucrative OPL 245 oil block to Shell and ENI for $1.3 billion. It was later revealed that most of the money was funneled to private accounts controlled by Dan Atet, a former oil minister. 4. Fuel subsidy scam. In 2012, investigations revealed that about $6.8 billion was lost due to fraudulent claims by oil marketers under Nigeria's fuel subsidy program. Several companies and individuals were implicated in fake subsidy claims for non-existent fuel imports. 5. Nigerian police pension fraud. In 2013, the head of the Pension Reform Task Team was accused of embezzling 2 billion naira intended for pensioners. He fled the country but was eventually extradited in 2020 and convicted. 6. NDDC corruption. The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, has been plagued with corruption allegations, with 1.5 billion naira reportedly misappropriated in 2020 under the guise of COVID-19 relief. 7. JAM scandal. In 2018, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAM, reported a case where 36 million naira was allegedly swallowed by a snake. The incident became a symbol of the absurdity surrounding financial mismanagement in Nigeria. 8. Dasuki Gate. In 2015, Sambo Dasuki, a former national security advisor, was accused of diverting $2.1 billion meant for arms procurement to fund political campaigns for the 2015 elections. Funds were reportedly distributed among politicians, including party officials. 9. EFCC and judiciary corruption. Even anti-corruption agencies and the judiciary have not been immune, with cases of bribes being paid to influence investigations or court rulings. 10. Power sector corruption. Despite spending over $16 billion on power projects since 1999, Nigeria still faces severe electricity shortages. Mismanagement and embezzlement of funds have been repeatedly highlighted in audits and reports. 11. Better Edu. Nigerian poverty minister suspended over money paid into personal bank account under the current Tinubu government. The list goes on. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, the question that we should ask is, why would Kemi Badenoch associate herself with a government heavily tainted with corruption like that of Nigeria? The government of Nigeria has been riddled with cases and allegations of corruption, and there is no sign of these cases slowing down. The British politics is different from Nigerian politics. If at any point in time Kemi Badenoch decides to associate herself with a government tainted with corruption like the one in Nigeria, it will be the end of her political career. The key reason why she decided not to respond to Abike Dabiri is that doing so would mean the demise of her political career, the beginning of the end for her. She did what was right by not responding to Abike Dabiri. Did she despise her roots? No. Did she disrespect her? No, she was simply protecting her political career. If Kemi had responded to Abike Dabiri, the British tabloid would have shredded her political aspirations into pieces. The British tabloid would have deployed their nuclear writing skills, arsenals, to attack her political dreams. They would have deployed their sophisticated writing skills to destroy her political career. Do you remember Priti Patel? Priti Patel was forced to resign because she met with Israeli ministers, business people, and a senior lobbyist. She did something that she was not authorized to do. The British tabloid picked it, and she was forced to resign. Can you see how powerful the tabloids are? Further, can you see what is happening to the current Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rachel Reeves? She lied on her CV, and she is being dragged in the mud. She appears humiliated. Her pride has been wounded. See what the British media said. If Kemi Badenoch associates with the government in Nigeria, a government tainted with corruption on a nuclear scale, she will struggle to defend herself. Her aspiration to be the British Prime Minister will be a pipe dream. If Abike Dabiri fully understood how British politics works, she would not have contacted Kemi too early. She could have focused on Nigerians in the diaspora who were more vulnerable than Kemi. There are thousands of Nigerian girls in Libyan prison. She should focus on bringing them back and putting programs that will deter these girls from traveling to Libya again. There are lots of Nigerians in the diaspora who are struggling with simple things like renewing their passports. She should focus on alleviating such difficulties. If people want Kemi Badenoch to succeed, they should give her space and not pull her into a web of association with questionable governments. Kemi spent part of her childhood in Nigeria and knows that the corruption in Nigeria is on an industrial scale. If Badenoch reached out to the Nigerian government, the British tabloid would have enough to feed on. Very soon, her political strength would be diluted with dilution of the highest factor.